Hi friends, welcome to another session of GC Talks. Actually, today I was thinking of a question. Actually, I went to sleep last night with this question in mind. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm super confused, but you might have an answer that you can let me know. So the question is, it's a very common word we use every day. We think about it. Uh, we see that. Because of that word, there are a lot of things happening around us. You know, and that word it's an English word. It's a very simple word, and the word is enemy. So you know what it means. Technically, it's something which is opposite to the word friend. I was thinking in my mind that I was curious to see how was this word defined. And when I go to Google, simply when I go to Google and I look for the meaning of the word enemy, I see that Google says enemy is someone who is hostile or opposed to someone. So this further increased my confusion. Now ask me how. Because in the process of life, in the process of growing up, we all have seen that most of the time multiple people opposed our opinion or views. For example, to start with, our parents. We always, or most of the time, or often, had a difference of opinion with them, right? With friends, yes, that's true. Uh, we had it with people at our work. I'm sure that you have someone at work with whom you will have uh, opposing experiences or difference of opinion. So now the question is, are these people your enemy? So once again, there is a confusion. If someone is opposing me or even hostile to me, does that mean that that person is my enemy? Because enemy is something which is a more long term word. When we see things and read things in stories, watch films, we see that an enemy is a long term proposition. As we say, these two people are absolutely, they are actually residing on the opposing poles for past 20 years, or opposing business partners. But we never put a time. We never say that, this person is my enemy because he opposed me and he's opposing me for past 11 years, and this person can be my friend because although we have opposing views, he only opposes me once a day. We never speak like that. So the question is, who is my enemy? Or even more, do I have an enemy? So I think, this is my opinion, what I feel is we actually don't have enemies. It's actually probably the principle that we have understood, or we tried to understand the principle of who enemy is, and that is an incorrect principle. The way we interpret it is wrong. So to me, an enemy is a person who simply has an opposing state of mind, maybe for a particular period of time. That's it. And I won't even say, because the person has an opposing state of mind, he or she is my enemy. You know what I mean? It is at the same time, in a civilized society, we talk about respecting other people's views, right? And we should. So if we go by that path, then if I'm respecting someone who is having a different view, it could be views about money, it could be views about religion, it could be views about culture, it could be views about color, I have to respect that person. If I don't share it, if I don't abide by it, if I don't agree to it, I will leave the place if I don't really like it. But that doesn't mean that because that person has an opposing view, he is my enemy. Like, for example, one day I'll actually tell you a story about two friends. One of the friend, actually, he's a tea drinker, and he has all sorts of dark concepts about drinking coffee. And the other friend is an avid coffee drinker and thinks tea is the worst poison of life. So are they actually enemies? Maybe not. So again, think about it. Do we actually have enemies? Maybe I would say we don't. It's just in life we have friends. Sometimes they part with us with some kind of an altered opinion. Irrespective of the time, this parting could be for 1 year, could be for 10 years, could be for forever. And we think that that person is my enemy. But technically speaking, it's a very, very, very cloudy concept that who is our enemy. My interpretation is no one is my enemy. It's just we are in a society where we are surrounded by people where they share different opinions. When they share something which I like, great. Immediately that person becomes my friend. And when the person says something exactly opposite to what I believe, and when we believe something very strongly, we feel hurt. When someone opposes our views, when someone opposes our craft, and then we immediately think that person is my enemy. So again, do we have enemies? I will end it with a question. So, do we have enemies? Think about it. When you go to bed tonight, think about this question and ask yourself that throughout this journey in your life, you might have thought that you have 55 enemies or 1,000 enemies or 100 enemies. But is that right? Do you even have enemies? Or it's just you're thinking about it? Think about it. See you soon.